Just a sec, I will do that.
Hi Namshid, hi, welcome.
Meanwhile, I'll just get into my presentation.
Yeah. Ajay, you can make him.
Yeah, done. Just a sec, I will do that.
Hi Namshid, hi, welcome.
Just a second, I will just also log in my presentation.
Yeah, sure.
So we can start, right?
Yes, sure.
So until
Go ahead.
Prezi starts loading, I will start. Just a second. I had some funny issues with my laptop. That was the issue. Right now it's downloading and then we can start. Sorry to keep you guys wait. I'm getting the admission request. Should I accept it or someone else is doing that?
You're logged in, so I guess, are you able to share the screen?
Yeah, now I'm going to do that. I'm so sorry. I'm going to do it right now. Already downloaded. Here we go. Everyone see the screen? Is it all clear?
Yes, it's clear.
So welcome to Recycling 101. I'm Namshid Nazir, founder of Even Company. We started our social recycling services. That means we collect from homes and offices just not too long ago, but 2019 June. And ever since that, we are already picking up from about 1,000 to 1,200 homes every Saturday. Homes meaning mothers sort their trash along with their family. And also we also take from offices, organizations, etc. Thanks for an invitation. Let's go directly heading to the topic which we will talk. So first things first, there's no recycling if we didn't learn how to stop this. Because if we are still throwing trash and we want to recycle, it doesn't work. It's like probably trying to pursue CA course. I don't know what's the CA course, and not doing the basic accounts. So if we don't start keeping even we would keep our homes clean, our rooms clean. But yeah, is it okay to put the trash in other room? No, it's still your home, right? So in similar way, we cannot throw trash anywhere, everywhere around, but we have designated places. Like if you have seen those chip wraps and other products, you would see a man without face is throwing into the trash box. So that has been there since 20 or 25 years back, before any recycling or any knowledge or anything of such came. So we need to throw the trash into trash, and also we need to also educate and make awareness within our family first and our friends that it's not okay, it's not cool, it's not nice when we do that, because then we don't serve the purpose. And why am I talking so much about throwing to trash? Because we cannot We cannot think about recycling. We cannot talk about recycling. We cannot boast about recycling if we didn't start didn't start this basic thing, which is like throwing trash into the trash box. And those we call tossers. So any of you sees your friends and who is, tell them, don't toss. I mean, see, that's the guy we have been seeing since our childhood, that, it shows image, but probably people didn't understand. But today we are going to understand that any trash is to be thrown into the trash box and not to the environment, to the nature, because it gets to the places where you wouldn't imagine, and you would be harming people, harming animals, harming plants, so on and so forth. So, do you think recycling is like magic? I don't know. Where do I see the messages of people, or how do I know that people are alive and not sleeping? How do I get to? I'm sorry, I'm not so great at Zoom. So please, if someone could help me.
Okay.
Get the
Messages can be
chat
put
box.
on the chat box, yeah, at the bottom.
On the bottom. I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to get it.
Maybe people can respond through the chat message.
Yeah, I'm trying to just get to the. So to get to the bottom, I think I need to scroll over everyone, right? I got it. I think. Yeah, chat. Yes, perfect. I got the chat. Amazing. Yeah. So this chat box will help me not to sleep as well, and then help me to know that you're not sleeping. So just tell me, do you think recycling is like magic? Please type in the messages. Let's make it active. Let's make it more interesting. I don't know what was the previous session. I'm not. So yeah, we got 1 yes, 2 no's, and it's matter of practice. No, it's just yes or no question. Okay, it's just yes or no question. No cheating. So 2. Okay, very good. So 5 no. Oh, I think that this is an intelligent group. Everyone are saying no, or probably one is copying the other. Okay, we got I think 4 yeses. Okay, so we got some yeses and some no's. Okay, let's see. So let's see if recycling is like magic, but let's assume recycling is magic, okay? Let's assume recycling is like magic. Now it is like magic. There's a magic wand, and we got some plastics, right? That's what we do recycling for. When you hear recycling, it's plastics. And there's this uncle, let's call him Papu uncle, he gets a bottle. And then for his Facebook post, he's too old for Instagram, so he's not posting this for Instagram. He's posting for Facebook with a bottle showing that, hey, you know what? I'm recycling, guys. See, look at me. And then he gets so many likes, shares, and everything. And then there comes a recycling truck. I'm so sorry, the images are not properly loaded, but that's supposed to be a green recycling truck. I don't know where have you seen that? I didn't see myself. And it goes to amazing factory, like big factory line, okay, where it gets sorted and does all the magic, and then abracadabra, what happens? It changes it works into toys, it's made into chairs, it's made into water bottle. So whoever said yes, no, spotlight is not on you all. I'm just saying, do you think recycling is like magic? Do you think recycling is something like this? Come on. The right answer is yes. No, it's no. Very good. I'm just messing up. Okay, I'm just making it cool so that we need to understand things like fun. Otherwise, it would be a very boring session. So no, it's only one no. Any more no's or any more yeses? The people who would be saying yes would be. It's a big no. That's good. Okay, no. So it's a no. So it's a no. Yeah, perfect. Exactly, it's no. It's no. The recycling is not magic. We need to work, and that's why this workshop is for. It's not magic. Nothing is magic in this world. No products come. Yes, in a way, because of zero cost on raw material. Yes, in a way. Okay. Vivek Modi has a very good argument. Yes, in a way, because of zero cost on raw material. I will try to understand that. I still don't understand what you try to say. But anyway, let's talk about this. Recycling is not magic. I mean, if you throw in a pile of garbage to a recycling factory, they will throw this pile of garbage to the landfill. They will not process in their factory. Why? Because it is not sorted. Why? Because it is not uh, it is not, I like that. Or in a way, it can have a magical influence, whatever. Okay, so it needs to have segregation, guys. If you don't segregate, no factory is going to segregate. If pile of plastics is just pile of plastics and trash, it will not go to any plant. Even, I don't know what part of planet you are in. I give the challenge that it cannot be recycled until and unless it is segregated, not just normal segregation, but thorough segregation. We'll see. We'll see bit by bit. Okay. So what we need to do to actually recycle right, we are going to talk about recycle right, why people thought recycling like metals, paper, and plastics are the only way of recycling. No, it's not. It's not that way. It is more deep. So what we need to do is collect separately at home, and how to collect it separately, we'll let you know. We'll tell you how you do this, and then you give it to collectors. We have problem with the bins because bins are not guided. Mostly whatever goes in the bins actually ends up in landfill, even if it is colorful recycling bins. If you have seen also in the malls, you would see in the plastic chewing gum, and if you would see paper cups, which is not recyclable, you would see coffee lids, which is not recyclable. You will see more of the things what you think was recyclable, and more of the things which had amazing recycling logo was not ever recyclable. It was just made for greenwashing purposes. Greenwashing as in people wants to go green, but it still is not the case. So giving it to collectors. Talking about collectors, I will show you how the collectors are. I'm just going to go on the process, and then it goes to a place called, not factory, it goes to material recovery facilities. It's called MRFs or scrapyards. Scrapyards are for different, for plastic it could be different, for metals it could be different, for paper it could be different. And then the processed material is made as the raw materials in recycling factory. In recycling factory is not just one entity. Even I don't know if everyone are in Bahrain. If everyone are in Bahrain, we have, yes. Okay, so if you know a factory called Alba, if you know a factory called Medal, they have recycling unit. So why? Because they get the scrap, sorted scrap, only aluminum. We are talking only about aluminum. Medal and Alba is only for aluminum. So they have a recycling facility wherein whatever excess or so if you're in Saudi, Ma'adan, you can think about Ma'adan. They all have the recycling line. In this recycling line, whatever waste they generate out of the production, it is gone into the recycling line, and then from the recycling line they clean it, wash it, and then they add the certain alloys so that it becomes again a brand new product, and this brand new product goes into as a raw material for further purposes. Okay, yes, big line they have, exactly. And then it goes to production line, where production factory, like it could go from one factory to the other factory to make different stuff. I mean, we are talking about it in very general way. Every metal, every material, everything has its own process. Now, collecting it separately. This is one of our one of the homes who used to collect their own trash in a very different way, recyclables. They collect cardboard in different way, metals, you can mix it all together, it's okay, because it could be separated by magnetic separator. It is not a problem. But the plastics, it will be graded 1, 2, 4, 5. We'll go that on more further. What is 1, 2, 4, 5? Mostly you see in the recycling logos of the plastics, but we will still say what to avoid, what not to avoid. Cardboard and paper is also kept it separate. Okay, and this is just a home. You don't need a fancy recycling bin to start recycling at home. You could just have as basic as that. As basic as that. You don't need to be super rich to recycle. You can recycle even with a very low investment, because you would still have waste. You will still have the tin cans, you would still have the aluminum utensils or stainless steel and that and this. That you will have. Don't say you won't have. You would have recyclables. So now I told you you need to give it to collectors. Have you seen in your neighborhood? Have you seen in your neighborhood some people like this? Yes or no? I don't know if you're in Saudi, probably you wouldn't see this. In Bahrain. I mean, it doesn't look exactly like this, but yeah, they do have a trolley which they push forward, not pull from backward. So now, yeah, mostly cardboard collectors. Exactly. I like that answer. Yes. Yes. I'll tell you. If you go in their trash, if you, especially cardboards, if you go in their trash, if you go in their trolleys, will you see any plastics? Would you see any plastics on their trolleys? Would you see something messy inside, or is it all very neatly stacked? No. Yes, neatly stacked. Yeah. Not messy. Now you understood? Now we understand that he is sorting it. He will go to every trash box and he will take the items and keep it like this cardboards. He will flatten it. Why? Because he can get more items inside the cart. Okay. And even he would have also the Pepsi cans and aluminum containers, the oil containers. You will not even see a glass with him. You will not even see glass. You will not even see plastics. Why? Because these are the most worthless material in recyclables. And that's why the planet gets messy. People talk about recycling, but it never gets recycled. For that to be recycled, you need to be super extra careful over procuring and also sorting, even if you have plastics. It's not that we are not living in a world that we can avoid plastics. I know that, but we can avoid much more, like especially for water bottles. You could just have, instead of having single use, you could have reusables, so and so forth. So yeah, you would see also people who is collecting aluminum cans. You wouldn't, cardboards and aluminum cans are the like mostly what site we see in Bahrain. In India, probably there would be glass, and because in India is I think one among the top in recycling in whole world. So this is our pickup. You would see also one person have very neatly stacked and belted it so that we could get more. We collect every Saturdays, one booking. Once you have 3 bag size of segregated recyclables, I'll tell you more about that. And these are the scrap yards. These are the MRFs, which looks like this. So metal scrap. So I cannot go in too much details like what and what not, but yeah, we'll still try to go in details. So, you know, if you see, these are mostly non-recyclables, but it was in a yard, and I'm just giving you an image. Cardboards, they're all like, you know, so it's individual factories, individual MRFs, individual scrap yards who have their own kind of processing. Not one scrapyard will not take everything. And that's where we are trying to bridge in and trying to link, and we collect in our scrapyard, and then we basically give it to the factories which further processes. And then the process material. So as you saw, there are so many processes, and we still try to be general on how things are done. Mostly the materials, once they get an MRF or scrap yards, it's either baled like this, or it's also shredded, okay, depending on what kind of item, because everyone has this confusion. You know, it's good to know that what is actually recyclable and how the process is done, so that you know that why are you having the pain to basically sort into different categories. I want you to know that. Why? Because it doesn't happen this way. It should be like you saw the trolley guy, you know, he has everything neatly stacked and stored. We need to do that. And then it should get to the scrapyard or the MRFs. Then it could be recycled. Bins, like public bins, are not a solution, because even if 20% of people actually did recycling right and put actual stuff inside, there will be still 80% putting in tissue paper, chewing gum, and chip wraps, and coffee cups, spills, food waste. All these are not recyclable. So these things need to be understood. You can ask any questions on this topic anytime. So whatever processed material then becomes like ingots or cardboard rolls or plastic granules, like plastics are mostly made as granules, so that it could go to plastic injection molding later, and for different purposes. Again, every item has very different purposes. So this is how generally what process happens. And different products, yes, it could be recycled, and these items could be back to life again once you recycle. But yes, it's not one off, and it's not just that you just put in stuff and then it goes to amazing factory line, and then, you know, it gets into many products. It has processes. So recycling right practices, we are talking about recycling right. We're not just talking about recycling, because people, when they say recycling, they just think about water bottles, water bottles, water bottles, water bottles. We need to go much beyond that water bottles, because even in plastics, water bottles are the least recycled item ever. I will emphasize this now, even because when you think about plastic, you just think about plastic. Water bottle, that's the least recycled item. I'm not saying it's not recyclable, it is, but it has pain, it is hard to transport, it is bulky, and it has no value. Because when you're buying a water bottle for 100 fills, imagine the packing cost, what, 20 fills, 30 fills? Now, if that is the packing cost, what would be the scrap value of that water bottle? Nothing. You need to pay more so that it gets recycled. If we sort the waste, I have a question. If we sort the waste at home level, where do we throw later? As there is, for example, just one common waste bin outside the building or house. So yeah, in Bahrain, we don't have segregated bins outside. And this is where we are going to talk about how we can do it. We are almost getting into that talk, and probably you will understand. You can book with us by just saying in WhatsApp. I can, you know, if you want a recycling list, you can just, yeah, followed by members. Yes. We will give you the link. I think there would be a WhatsApp group and things like that, and probably the process would be explained. We can come and collect once you have 3 bag size of recyclables. So, so recycle right practices. Why I put a hashtag? It's you know, if you're following Instagram or if you're following Facebook or something, you know, other than following accounts, you can also follow hashtags. So if you follow hashtag recycle right, you will see all around the world how people sort their trash properly, sort their recyclables properly. So hashtag recycle right is good, and you would find a lot of images and tutorials what to do, what not to do. So 2 main things when you do when you start home level recycling is you need to segregate, and second is no contamination. Now contamination can be 2 types. Contamination could be the food waste or other impurities, or it could be of the like paper getting mixed with metals, or plastic mixed with metals, or plastic mixed with some non-recyclable items, etc. So why would we do that? Why should we segregate? Let's see. Don't get curious, we will try to find out. Yeah, I like this comment. Hopefully the authorities will also support this drive since it's for overall good. Can you please explain what all you can see support from behind? I will talk about that. So when you push your shopping cart in Lulu, Carrefour, anywhere, you would be putting in items, right? And these items are not generally from Bahrain. It's some are from India, let's say some are from France, some are from, I don't know, like multiple countries, multiple packaging. Even in this card, we can see plastic, that and the Tetra packs and food cartoons, etc., etc. So why segregation? Because packaging are not made universal. Each and every packaging is made made from very different materials. There are millions of types of packaging. So if you don't segregate, then it is hard. So, but for segregation, we have made it easy. We will tell you how you can do it, how you can't. But yeah, you have to start. If you don't start, you will not learn segregation, because you don't need to be super perfect. You just need to have an intention that you will segregate, and then you will, once every process you will see. And also, if you have any doubts, you can just click image of an item. You just click an image of an item and then send it to Instagram, Eben Company, and we would tell you if it's recyclable or if it's not. It's as simple as that. You will get a swift response. And you might have seen many images in social media that recycling doesn't work in Australia, and in UK the things are getting in mess because Far East countries stopped. I don't know if you have heard these news. If you guys have heard, because Far East have stopped collecting trash, because most of these trash were going from the developed countries to the Eastern countries. So who all agrees that recycling doesn't work in Australia? Come on. So it's not recycling that is not working in Australia. Okay, it's not recycling that's not working in Australia. There are recycling factories, there are things, but segregation is not working in Australia. So this problem is not in Australia, just in Australia, because they had this practice of pushing the trash away to the other countries. So, all our countries, like segregation, if it is not from the source, the recycling will not work. So this is the right way to understand that why recycling doesn't happen. Exactly, because home level segregation is what we need to solve this issue. Now let's go to the segregation part. Let's go to the segregation part. So as we know, the basic segregation, which is like paper, plastic, we call it metals or cans in the bins. But now we are going to add one more thing, which is e-waste. Okay, e-waste could be your TV, it could be your PCU, it could be your toasters, it could be your vacuum cleaners, it could be your fridges, it could be anything electronics and electrical. Okay, exactly. Computer, printers. Bad news, it doesn't get recycled much. Batteries, if it is batteries, if it is alkaline, no. But batteries, car batteries, yes. And cellular phones, yes, but we don't collect it because we don't have a proper MRF here. Mattresses, if you take the cushion out and just get the spring, then it is recyclable, yes. And so under paper, what we have is office papers, the A4 size papers, okay? In that we could have shredded, some of the offices have shredding machine, okay? And there are non-shredded and books without covers. Shredded paper should be bagged separately, and non-shredded papers, books without the hard covers should be bagged separately. And that's the one segregation you will find in the paper. Because if you have a shredding system, okay, and magazines, totally recyclable, though it is shiny and things like that, magazines are recyclables. Newspapers are also recyclables. You can keep magazines and newspaper together, not a problem, or you can keep newspapers and papers together. Magazines could be separate, not an issue. You can do that. Cardboard, however, should be separate from the paper. And cardboard will not include many stuffs like, can you guess in cardboards? What are some example of cardboards other than the cartoons? Okay. Can anyone give some suggestion on what kind of pizza boxes? No. Oily pizza boxes? No. Box file? No. You will see so many no's. You will see so many no's, unfortunately. Just try and putting in. Tissue boxes? No. What kind of other cardboards do you think? Porta cabins are metals, guys. The porta cabin is metal. We are talking about cardboards here. Porta cabins could be used, or it could be dismantled and extracted. The metals could be extracted, and those could go for recycling. Cardboards. What kind of cardboards of paper? Tetra Pak. You know what is Tetra Pak? You know what is Tetra Pak? Tetra Pak is those milk cartons, juice cartons. Those are Tetra Paks. Are these recyclable? It's mostly 3-layer. I didn't see 8-layer. I don't know where's that 8-layer coming from, but yeah, Tetra Pak 3-layer, 8-layer is not recyclable. Is not recyclable. And you know what else is not recyclable? I think it's going to be a lot of shock today. So I can say quick ones. You know, the POS receipts, Tide, frozen cartons of nuggets, tissue boxes, if I've said tissue boxes, and so on and so forth. Anything with a plastic lining, like even the toy box cartoons, are not recyclable. Anything brown. So how you're saying no. So what is actually recyclable? Anything brown and anything from its original form is always recyclable. Anything you have doubts more than that, you can always just click an image to our Instagram and then ask us, we will tell you. So we'll quickly go to the plastics. Okay. How about card boxes with metal clips? Just take the metal clips out and put in the metal bags, and cardboard boxes, which is brown and which doesn't have plastic lining, to separate that, and then it's recyclable. So in plastics, what we have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it has different names. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s are actually resin codes of each plastic material. Plastic is just a general name, but it's actually it has PET1. PET1 is mostly the water bottles. Okay, under PET1, it's only water bottles which you can recycle, nothing else. So under PET1 also comes the juice containers, plastic juice containers. Also comes the clamshell containers for fruits, veggies, milk containers. Milk containers is number 2. That's gonna come. So PET, you would see also a recycling logo. I don't have some item where I could show you. It would have a recycling logo and a number on it. Try to find any bottle you have or any items you have, try to find the bottom. For this, I think I have, this is also PET, but this is very hard, so it won't be recycled, but it could be reused. Clean HDP2 is mostly the milk cans, the milk cans from Almarai, the famous ones, and you know, Nadek, whatever. Just that even in the water bottle, even if you want to recycle, you need to take the label out. You need to take the cap out. Cap should be kept separate. The bottle should be kept separate, crunched, and put in the bag. And the caps could be collected separately in the bag. Plastic buckets is number 5, which is going to come. Oops. Did I miss things? Okay. So we said about PET1, which is mostly water bottle. HDP2, we said it is mostly the milk cans, and PVC. Any guess with the PVC? Any guess with the PVC or what PVC looks like? Just type in anything, you know, even if you type plumbing pipes. I think we have some accountants from the piping factories, plastic pipe factories probably. Exactly, PVC pipes. PVC pipes out of plastic. PVC pipes are highly recyclable item. and yet it is not famous as water bottle. People, when they say recycling, they just think what? They think water bottle. But as I said, water bottle is the least recyclable item ever. So PVC covers, I don't know what's that, but PVC pipes, don't throw it to the trash. Don't contribute that to the landfill. PVC covering, okay, if you're saying electrical wires covering or PVC covering, sorry, that's not recyclable. That is actually stripped, only the copper is taken out, copper is recyclable, the PVC covering is not. Even under, so anything, even if I said PET is recyclable, I said what? Water bottle is recyclable, and if you take the label out and the caps out, and that's it. The food containers and the other juice, what was that called? The juice cups and all that are not recyclable. LDP4. So the plastic heroes, if you want to call it as that, these are the most recyclable item. PVC for pipes, LDP is for that laundry bags which you get. Laundry bags, as in once you give for ironing or anything, you would give a plastic covering, or you also can say cling film for food. That's also highly recyclable. Cling film, LDP, the plastic sheet or plastic cover, which you get from laundry, is actually recyclable. Shopping bags, no. Shopping bags, no. If it is LDP, yes, but to get to know that is LDP, it is very hard. So we have another comment with regard to milk and leaven containers. I guess the empty bottles need to be washed. Yes, thanks. Thank you, Shyam. Shyam said you need to clean the milk bottle or the leaven containers if it is STP2. If it is PET1, no. PET1 is only water bottle type. Nothing else would be accepted. So in number 2, which is milk cans, take the label off, clean the contents. I mean, don't waste too much water, just clean, as in the item, the contents of the milk should not be there. That's it. It should be clean. Otherwise, as we said, for recycling right, we need to focus on 2 matters. What are those 2 matters? Let's see who didn't sleep. What are the 2 matters we need to focus to recycle right? Come on. Don't Google, please. Yes, we need to make sure it is segregated, and we need to make sure there is no contamination. So what Shyam said is there should be no contamination. We need to clean thoroughly the milk cans. So under plastic, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So someone asked about buckets or toys, like in plain. It's any material that you get. It should be a little bit big enough, and then it should not have any contents inside. So PP5 is mostly the buckets and the plastic chairs and the hard plastics, polypropylene it's called. So that is the thing about plastic, and recycling plastic is not easy. And once you do that, it's good. You're going to learn, you're going to teach your family, you're going to teach your co-workers. Under metals, we have 2 types, but you don't have to segregate. Metals, you just put it in whatever metals you have. You can just bag it in one cover, but still, since it is a bit educational here, let's understand what are the 2 types of metals. There are 2 types of metals, are ferrous and non-ferrous. I want to know if anyone knows what are ferrous and what is non-ferrous. Don't Google, please. We're watching you. It's no. Yes. I love what Rowana said. Magnetic and non-magnetic. That's the first thing. I'm sure she has some idea on metals. So it is ferrous. Ferrous is mostly iron, steel. Anything which is magnetic, yeah, which contains iron is ferrous. Anything which is non-magnetic, is like stainless steel, aluminum, copper, zinc, you name it. If it doesn't have Fe content, Fe is iron content, it is non-ferrous. You don't have to know it. If you want to know it, it's okay. If you want to forget it, you can forget it, because other things are overwhelming anyway. So this is just a fun fact. There are two types of metals. If you want to segregate, it's up to you, but you don't have to segregate if you are giving your recyclables to us. Now there are e-waste. We have electronics, computers, and other home appliances, electrical items like wires and transmitters, transformers, all that things are also recyclable in e-waste. If you want to take a screenshot, you can take a screenshot of this. There's no problem. So if you have any doubts as well, you can ask me before we go to the other slide. There's a question answer round, right? I mean, are we going to ask the questions now? The wood waste.
There will be a round as well.
Are you going to ask the question now?
Yeah. No. That's at the end of your session.
And okay, perfect. Yeah, because right now everything is taza. You know, they should forget it, and that's when you ask. The wooden waste. So I'll tell you about the clothes. Mostly it goes for reuse, and there are some factory lines in the world, and very few MRFs collect clothes. Wooden waste. Now, what happens to the wood mostly is in Bahrain, at least, they take the waste wood and they take waste wood, you know, for barbecue, and they use them in the tent to burn it, and they also shred the wood for horse stables. So wood is something which based on if it is required. Now pallets are reused as fancy for shops and things like that, and it's also reused even for industrial purposes. Glass is not recyclable in Middle East. Glass is not recyclable. You would see glass containers all over, but it doesn't go anywhere. It goes to landfill. You will be shocked. Anything which says glass, it goes to landfill. It's just a fancy thing to have a glass container. Glass doesn't get recycled here in Bahrain. So as I said, in paper, we said a lot of no's. So I just want you to understand anything paper in its original form, as in A4 size paper, clean, you know, you understand this is paper. This is paper, we understand. So anything which is like sticky notes, I don't know if I have sticky notes. I don't have sticky notes. You know, anyway, what are sticky notes? And thermal receipts, which you get from shopping, these are not recyclable. These items are called BPA. It is not actually paper. And sticky notes and lines are not actually recyclable. Tissues are not allowed. I know tissue looks like paper, but tissue has come from some source of paper, but it is not recyclable. It cannot go back to the system. And then we have plastic. Regarding plastic, it should be dust-free, food-free, oil-free. Like Sham has said, you need to clean your milk cans. Stickers to be removed, labels to be removed. Like if it's a water bottle, you need to remove the label. Even if it is a milk can, you need to remove labels. Any items you need to remove the stickers. And also you need to, like I have said in the trolley, you wouldn't see anything messy. It is always neatly stacked. You need to make sure it is done that way so that the others also get chance the same trip for people to give us the recyclables. So make sure it is clean. Otherwise, if you have just put that in the bin and then you're giving it to us, it will end up just in a landfill. It will not go, because when there are many items coming in, like I said, it would be very hard for MRF or scrapyards to segregate, and they would just push it away to the landfill. So other grades should not be mixed. As in, like if we are talking about 1, 2, 4, 5 in plastics, especially, or in paper, if it is cardboard paper and shredded paper, make sure it's in a separate bags. And in plastics, make sure 1, 2, 4, and 5 should be in separate bags. It should not be in the same bag, because that could be called as contamination. In metals, just it should be clean and segregated. If it's a tuna can, don't leave over any tuna or any oil or anything like that. It won't be working this way, because these items need to be baled. Just give a very basic rinse and just clean it, and then throw it in your bin. Because even when you leave your food contents inside the tins, cans, or something like that, when you store recyclables, it could be smelly. And if you are pro recycling, your spouse could be against it. So, and then you don't want this recycling to stop at one point of time. So it's better, make it easy for others as well to be in the process and like the process. E-waste, monitors are not allowed, because monitors, there's nothing from, but in TV, we are not giving it for recycling. We are giving it for the spare part shops where they could retrieve the useful items, so that if anyone else comes with their TV which is broken, they could get it repaired. Of course, then even the TV repair people also earn something out of it. So that's what we do. So monitors are not allowed. So out of household and offices, what about wires connect? Yeah, it's okay. You can give the wires. Wires are totally fine. Wires are totally fine. Used masks and gloves to be avoided, I guess. Yeah, of course. Of course. You need to avoid masks and gloves, because there are people who's receiving these items. So make sure it's safe for everyone. Masks and gloves needs to be inside a trash box, safe. Better tie it, whatever bags you have, and keep it inside trash box. People are throwing that over the streets and making it a mess. People are trying to protect themselves, but they're not caring about others. But if you don't care about others, that infection could come to you. So we need to, like I said in the first place, we need to not be tossers. No matter whatever country we are in, we are living here. We need to make that neat, our surroundings neat, because our actions could be also inspired by others, and people would keep it clean, right? So we need to make sure we engage in that kind of practices. So far, whatever we receive from homes are mostly 40% of paper, 56% of plastics, 2% of metals, and 2% of e-waste. But we believe that when you go and consume and purchase, even if it is toys, even if those packing items, once you recycle, your mind would say, hey, this thing which I'm buying, I think it is not recyclable. Let me try to find another alternative. This mind comes in after 4 or 5 months, when you have learned and mastered your trash, how to segregate it, and it will come automatically. No need to be overwhelmed. If you're not perfect, it's okay. You can just start with papers, or you can just start with metals, and then you can start with plastics slowly. And no matter what we talk about recycling, as I said, water bottles, try to avoid, even in gatherings, events, parties. Like if you are, I like that you guys are in a group, and whenever you guys get together, get in this habit of bring the water bottle, and we would have dispensers. This would save a lot of trash, because at events, how many water bottles are affected, and even water bottles are not healthy, because you don't know how water bottles are actually stored, and if it's stored wrongly, what happens is the chances are more that you are drinking plastic. So yeah, I have a quick quiz. Who wants to answer this? This is Kaun Banega Recycling Pati, not Crore Pati. So you can answer. You can answer. This guy is very dazed. Which one of the below recyclables are okay to drop in paper bin? Let me have at least 5, 6 answers. Don't copy others' answer, please. Oh my God, everyone were attentive. Are you sure that's the right answer? Yeah, we got one C. Who else? D. Yeah, so the correct answer is D. Coffee cups are not recyclable because it's not actually made of original paper. Because when I said paper, I said it should be in its original form, right? So, and even my part of my question is not right. Why? Because below which of the below recyclables, so they were not recyclables. So those were just waste. Gift wraps, sticky notes, thick tissues, because thick tissues people think, oh, it's like paper, let me put it. No. Coffee cups, no. So make sure you don't put this in your recycling garbage. Yes, it has. You can just tear off the coffee cup and see the two lines, and then you will understand. Out of these, all of these are not recyclable. But the table mat is actually recyclable if it is LDPE. The table mat, which is in the down, okay, this one is actually recyclable if it is LDPE. How you can find LDPE or PP? Mostly these kind of sheets are like the bags, even the shopping bags, you would see LDPE or PP. Now, how LDPE is I will try. So anything which makes a lot of noise is actually PP. Okay, anything which like chip wraps. If you know chip wraps, it makes that noise. But anything which is easily tearable is LDPE. But still, if it's still confusing, you can always send a picture of this thing. And gift wraps, straws, chewing gum. We got even chewing gums in our collection. Can you believe that? People put chewing gum in plastic bins even in mall. Why? Because it looks like a bit plasticky, right? So they thought, you know what, let me recycle my chewing gum. It doesn't work either. Black plastics and the cutlery, single-use plastics, thermocol, or what you call as styrofoam, is not recyclable. It is called PS6. We said 1, 2, 4, 5 is recyclable, okay? But 6 was not recyclable. 6 is polystyrene, thermocol, or it's not recyclable. It is recyclable in some countries, but here in Bahrain, no, it is not. Let's consider it's not recyclable. So, yeah. So for about 30 to 40% of your waste could be recycled. And that's if you know you're not buying too much of single-use plastics. And if you're buying the regular items, 30 to 40% could be recycled, or at least 25%. But we need to get into the thorough segregation if recycled right. And otherwise, what happens is these plastics, when you toss out to the nature, it breaks down into microplastics and sharp objects, which kills animals and even fishes. So basically, you're polluting land and you're polluting oceans. I don't know if you have been into the cleanups. If you would see cleanups, and if you would go to any picnic anywhere, you go with your kids, you would see tons of single-use plastics thrown here and there, tissues and that. It's very harmful because the animals get choked, fishes get into the plastics. There was one viral video where one fish was inside a glove or something, and then a diver actually took the fish out from the gloves. So you know, we don't see how we are harming animals around or our nature around, but we need to be highly responsible on this. Highly responsible on this. So it doesn't mean that you just took the trash out and tossed out of your car and no one saw you and then it goes clean. No, it is going to hurt someone, especially plastics. Plastics are very, very dangerous items. Sir, if we cannot avoid non-recyclable product, is there any suggestion for sticking to biodegradable alternatives which you may please advise? yeah, if you tell me about what is that non-recyclable product you're using, I will try to give an alternative. But, you can, even if you have any doubts, you can just send it to Instagram. We can give you some kind of like cutleries, coffee. So now for cutleries and for tissue box, use a use a handkerchief. It's famous in India. We are Indians. We can just use handkerchief or usable towels or something, you know. And cutleries, you have reusable cutleries which you can buy from an account called, I'm going to type in there, at Zero Waste Bahrain. If you guys have Instagram, you can text them. And also there are more accounts. You can ask me at Eben Company. They will have, I will suggest you some, I'll suggest you some Instagram businesses who is actually giving you the reusable alternatives, like metal straws. If you really need a straw, then go for a metal straw. If you really need cutleries while you go outside, it comes in beautiful pouch and with plastics inside. Or you can also use these. These are not bad. And then just wipe it off. This is more eco-friendly. One item which I think needs to be covered is about leather waste and footwears. Are they not recyclable? No, these are not. We are trying to, you know, once we go more and more and more, we will see a lot of non-recyclables, but our first war should be on the single-use items. Let's say at least no to single-use items, and then go further and further and further. See, what you're doing is you're reducing your impact, your carbon footprint impact to the nature, so that for the generations to come. So this is something like a charity, or this something like should come from within you. And when you see such even companies or Instagram businesses who is supposedly giving these kind of alternatives, try to pay them, try to support them, so that the initiatives grow. Because when there is no market, there are no businesses gonna come up and do this, because we need businesses coming up. We don't want one-time event. Make sure you pay them, and, you know, make sure even don't negotiate or something like that. Try to push these businesses, try to push these organizations, because they really need every individual's help to do what they do. And what happens is, when we have a lot of landfill, methane gases is produced, and it is bad for the air. And now these are some kind of I think none of us lived for 200 years and 1,000 years and 490 years, but yeah, this is an estimation where it doesn't get degraded. Plastics don't get degraded, and people throw into oceans, but you see that tiny fish there saying we live here. They cannot even say that, but they get trapped in their own home. They don't have freedom. You know, they get all the. We were a part of a very big campaign, which is called Our Seas campaign, Our Seas Bahrain, Our Seas Clean campaign in Bahrain. It went for a stretch of 2 months. I don't know if you guys were aware of it. In this, divers from different organizations came in together, and we were also part of it, where they dive for 1 hour or 2 hours, collect all the trash, and we collect from the shore. You wouldn't believe, each and every campaign. We also found CPU inside the PCs inside sea. We found even a stove inside sea. If you want to imagine what all kind of trash is there inside. And the boat riders also throw in their oil cans inside the sea, thinking like whatever you put in the sea, even if you're going for a picnic, and even with your kids, you know, imagine teaching them that, you know, don't throw there are fishes inside. You know, this awareness is very important, because it's ugly inside. It's ugly inside. Like if you see any footage of Bahrain Bahrain or any countries diving videos, you would see a lot of plastic and waste. And nowadays you will see probably even masks and gloves and all these whatnot, because the COVID-19 waste is also another level it is shooting on. I mean, even COVID-19 things, you can opt for cloth masks or something like that. So you always have an alternative if you think, and if you start your journey, you will find and you will get. Are we so much ahead on time? If I'm taking so much time, please let me know. I think I can finish it within 10.
Yeah, about 5 minutes more. 5 minutes more would be fine.
Okay, so I'm going to speak very fast. So let's see. So the household recyclables collection, what you would have is aluminum cans. Aluminum foil is, by the way, recyclable, but you need to clean and dry it a bit, okay? And then load it with metals, it's okay, or you can separate it. Food cans and hangers, e-waste, which I said, even if it is with cables, aluminum, home appliances like cooking range, water dispensers, ACs, whatever, you talk about it, these are recyclable. Segregated plastics altogether are not recyclable, should be separate. Papers should be separate. And in recycling, I've told you the resin codes like PET1, HDP2, PVC, LDP, etc. Right? So these are the resin codes. These are the recycling logos you will find and the numbers. However, not all the material with all these beautiful recycling logos are actually recyclable. That you will find out when you will start recycling those. So like coffee cups, and these are not recyclable. I told you polystyrene, PS6, which is generally the styrofoam and thermocol. These are not recyclable. However, there are factories which are recycling, but right now we're considering it as not recyclable. And in this sheet, it writes plastic bags. Please, it's not recyclable. It's just written as it is. LDP is mostly the laundry bags or the cling film, and that's it. And on the water bottle, if you want to recycle water bottle, which I don't recommend you to buy, you need to remove the caps, keep the caps separate, and the bottles, you need to take the label off, crush it, squash the bottle, and then load it in a bag until you have one full bag. Then there you go to recycle. And how do you find recycling grades? You will find always below the product the recycling logo. So let's say for PET1, if you find veggie containers or juice cups, it's not recyclable, we said. Why? Because it will have a PET1 and it's not recyclable. Under PET1, it's only the water bottle. That's it. And water bottle is least recycled ever. So people have this general thing that, whenever people approach us, they say, we have a lot of plastics. Will you come and collect it? It's a bad news, because people avoid the most recyclable items like paper, cartoon, and metals, e-waste. Don't forget all these. Don't just say, hey, I save plastic and I save the environment. No, what about the other stuffs? Even the cans which goes into the oceans are not good. These items we have seen in the ocean, which are highly recyclable. Paper and cardboard, all these could save trees. If you recycle cardboard and papers, it could save some trees which is being chopped off. We need trees to breathe in, right? So recycling could help somewhere in there. E-waste and all that, everything could be like, think more than plastics to actually recycle. Don't just think plastics, because if it's only about plastic, then probably our collection could be very difficult later. So think outside the bin, think outside plastics. And so what we talked about is recycling right. A quick recap. And for recycling right, we need to segregate. And to segregate, we need to segregate it into subgrades like plastics 1, 2, 4, 5, and paper. We said cardboards, paper, shredded paper, magazines, and newspaper separate. And then we and then in segregation, you need to know your trash personally, which helps you to master your own trash, and that's how you can know what kind of items to avoid when you buy. And when you know your trash, you tend to also avoid what is eco harmful. And you also generally ask, like someone just now asked, what are the eco-friendly substitute? So you generally also ask, and you will find and you will get to there. So that's the good thing about knowing your trash. And also buy consciously. Like when now you know that water bottles are actually the least of the things which is actually recycled, and it stays in an MRF for n number of months and probably years, taking huge space. It doesn't get recycled fast like metals, paper, and cardboards. So once, and this is the importance of knowing your trash, and for you to recycle it right. So all of you, what you are going to do now is recycle it right and not just recycle a paper plastic. No, because we are trying to make a complete circular economy, not trying to make a linear economy, because we don't want to just recycle for the fun sake. We needed to have a purposeful linear economy getting engaged, and we need to be contributors of circular economy. Sorry, circular economy, not linear economy. Linear economy is just like throwing into the sea, throwing into the land. That's it. So let's contribute. Let's buy those things which could be contributors of circular economy and not linear economy. And with this, also once you recycle right, probably see when hundreds and hundreds of homes and offices start recycling. See, just a organization like us is not enough. We need more innovation. If you have seen in UK, people are coming up with the bioplastic, which could be degraded. We need to come up with the alternatives. We need to start thinking. If we start thinking, and if our kids engage from the start, they could think also way ahead. So we need to give our knowledge to them, and then they could, with the habits, they could easily figure out what are the other better ways which we made mistakes on. Right? So I think that's it. We are done. So I think I'm going to give it to Ruana.
Thank you, Namshir. This session has really been very interactive, and I'm sure, as you can see from the chat messages, that everybody has much appreciated your session. Thank you very much once again for enlightening our members, and I'm sure there will be many people who have a lot to take away from today, and there will be a lot more consciousness about recycling, right? With this, I would now, there is no time for questions. If you have any, you can put it in the chat box and we will definitely get back to you. Now to propose the vote of thanks, if you don't mind, Mr. Namshir, can you stop sharing?
Rona?
Oh yeah, okay. Sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
The WhatsApp group that we are proposing to create, will Namshid be a mentor there?
I'm sorry. I would sorry, but we would help you in even company. So any of you could be the captain, and you could. I'm trying to. So any of you could be the captain there, and you could ask us in the even company Instagram or the WhatsApp, the official 34071010, which is on the screen. So you could ask there. You would get immediate reply. You don't worry on that, because we are in multiple activities right now. So that's where I wouldn't be able to commit.
Perfect. No worries.
There on the group.
Yeah.
I'll be the captain.
Jonathan here. So I think Jonathan is always in touch with you. So anything can be channeled.
No issues.
Onto the group.
We're always there. We are always there to help you.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Most welcome.
Now to propose the vote of thanks, I would call upon CA Atul Singhvi to please propose the vote of thanks. Atul, if you can share if you can come online.
Hi, I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Am I audible? Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
So, I read somewhere that when life is sweet, you must say thank and celebrate And when life is bitter, then you must say thank you and grow yourself. Life as we know it is neither sweet nor bitter. It's a mix of both. So I guess the best thing to do would be say thank you, celebrate, and grow. Today we've had a very interactive session, very beautiful session, the maiden session of our CSR committee, and we learned a lot from this session. There were a lot of takeaways, more than just knowledge sharing, which was done by our guest, Mr. Namsheed Nazir. It was an inspiration. It was his passion, which I think has basically, I'm sure that it would inspire a lot of our CA members to do a little bit of kind of initiative from their side as well. They say that you don't need to do some great acts. Even small acts, when it is multiplied by millions, it can transform. So I think Mr. Namsheed has actually sparked there or created that spark. And with the Earth Warriors and various initiatives which the CSR group would be taking up in due course, I think a lot of good action is going to come up, and there is a lot of change which is going to come up. So a big thank you to Mr. Namsheed Nazir for sharing all his knowledge and inspiring the team. I'm sure it will go a long way. So the second vote of thanks would obviously to our chairperson, Mr. Ajay, who has been a very strong leader. He's been contributing to the CA chapter for many years now, and he continues to lead and he continues to inspire people. He continues to inspire the team. So thank you so much, CA Ajay and his XCOM team for hosting this session, as well as I'm sure they have lined up many more activities going forward. The third vote of thanks, obviously, to CA Roana Miranda, who's part of the XCOM and who's heading the CSR committee. And congratulations on this maiden kind of event for this CSR team in this year. I'm sure you would have many more thoughts, many more ideas lined up for the year ahead. So best wishes to you. CA Jonathan, CA Sham, and CA Vinod Rathi, they are all part of the CSR committee. And I'm sure they would provide all the encouragement, all the guidance, and all the support that is required for hosting many more such sessions. Uh, we have our annual sponsor, Tally, who have been providing all the support, the financial support, and have been our valuable partners as part of our events. So a thank you to them as well. Last but not the least, our CA fraternity, the entire committee, the entire members, as well as the families who have taken time out today and they have joined today to be inspired by this session. So a big thank you to all of you. You all can bring about change. So best wishes to all of you. I'm sure that we will come to know more about the Earth Warriors and the kind of initiatives which are being planned through the WhatsApp messages, the broadcast. So I urge all of you to kind of participate in that wholeheartedly and do your bit to kind of change and transform the society. A big thank you to all of you. I hand over the control back to Rana. Thank you.
Thank you, CA Atul. We will now proceed to the Kahoot quiz. So, as I am aware, and as our members have always been very enthusiastic participants in the Kahoot quiz, now is the time to grab commitment points. So, I will very soon start sharing my screen. Till then, I would request you to please log on to your Kahoot app. Or if you do not have your Kahoot app, you can go to www.kahoot and you have to enter the game pin, which I will be sharing soon. And you can be a part of the quiz. So I'll just wait for a few minutes for everyone to join in before I start sharing my screen for the game pin. And I will have CA Jonathan to host this quiz. So I hand over to CA Jonathan.
Okay, thank you. So, yeah. I need to share my screen first.
So you have the game.
Yeah, okay. So the game pin is 8920572. Remember to put your membership number and the name as well. Yeah. Good. 7, 8. Okay, so we're up to 25, 26. Okay, that's good. That's good. Wait a few more seconds. 27. Okay, I think, yeah, it stopped at 27. Okay, so we'll go ahead. Go ahead then. Okay, so I hope you all have been paying attention during the session. Okay, so this is a short quiz to test your knowledge. Which of the following are not collected for recycling in Bahrain? Remember, not collected for recycling. Okay, very good. I mean, everybody's been paying attention. That's good to see. Good to see. Okay, so I can go ahead and we have Joby in the lead. Okay, it's just the first question. Let's see how he sustains it. On which day does Eben arrange pickups from households? Okay, this is a tough one. Actually, they did not. It was not revealed. But take a guess. Okay. Okay. Sorry. He did mention it. Okay. Okay, great. Thanks. Amazing. 13 right answers. So going to the leaderboard, we have Atul in the lead and Shyam Krishnan trailing. Okay, it's a close fight for top spot. Let's move ahead. Which is the best option for purchasing milk from recycling point of view? This will test your shopping knowledge. What should you look for when shopping? Yes, 1 kg tin. Aha, this was a tough one because the tin is the most recyclable item and the milk powder which is in that tin represents so many liters of milk already. So you're buying multiple liters of milk and you have a recyclable container. So the milk tin is the best option purely from recycling point of view. Okay, Santosh has taken a lead. Okay, Santosh has come out from nowhere. Okay, let's go ahead. Which of the following are accepted for recycling by Eben? Yes. Oh, very few. Okay, let's see. The other, oh, washed and clean chip packets. In fact, Namshid was very clear about chip packets. He hates them a lot because they're very, very unrecyclable. Okay, let's see any changes in the standing. Okay, Santosh is maintaining his lead. Suresh coming up. Okay, Atul and Shyam following behind. Going ahead. Which of these does not help to reduce plastic waste from buying fruits and vegetables? Oh, amazing, amazing, amazing. Good. I thought this would be the toughest one because of how long the question was. But good. People are paying attention and they're on their toes. Nice. The leaderboard, okay, the top three remains the same. Okay, then we move ahead. Okay, how do you reduce your environment impact when shopping? Take your time and see all the options. Ah, okay, good. So the 4 and the 2 didn't wait to see all the options, I guess. But it's good to see a lot of people answered right. Okay, we'll be having 5 winners for today. Okay, Suresh is gone in the lead. Suresh is gone in the lead. The rest of the leaderboard remains the same. Let's move ahead. Which of the following metals cannot be collected by eBay? Okay, I guess those people missed to see all the options. But always remember, metals are the most valuable item. Even when you're shopping, try to choose metallic containers of anything. That's the best thing you can do for the environment. Okay, so we have Santosh moving up into the lead. Rajiv has entered the top 5. Ambika as well. Ambika's on fire. Let's see if she can maintain it. Which is the most effective method of waste management? This is a bit of a googly. As I expected. Yeah, the most important thing is avoiding it in the first place. Now, that is the best thing you can do for the environment and to manage waste. Okay, see, Atul has shot up and Shaukat is also in a close second now. Okay, Ajay is back. Oh, Ajay is on the leaderboard as well. Okay, it's getting exciting as we go into the last question. Oh, second last, sorry. True or false? Eben also collects e-waste, such as computers, electric devices, etc. It's a very easy one. Oh, okay. I thought it would be a much clearer answer. But yes, Namshid specifically spoke about e-waste, which they do collect. Okay, so if you have any e-waste, don't throw it out. Send them a message on WhatsApp, and you can always or discuss it on our group, and we can find out if it's recyclable. Okay, now we go to the last question. How can you help to keep the recycling movement going in Bahrain? This is basically fastest finger first. No chance to get this wrong. Oh, okay, 25 out of 28. Nice. Okay, so about to reveal the winners, and it is okay, Santosh in third place. Nice job, Santosh. Rajiv, see Rajiv in second, and the winner is Oh, Ajay from nowhere. Amazing. Okay, I have to say that Ajay has not seen the questions. I have to make a disclosure over here. And Ajay doesn't really need the commitment points, right? Ajay, you have any plans for what you want to do with them?
I actually need some commitment points. I understood yesterday when I attended a class that I have to pay full amount because we don't give
Okay,
a
so no
special point.
exemptions. Good, good, good.
But I started on the 20th place.
Okay, great. Congrats. Congrats to all the podium winners. How do we see the fourth and fifth place?
Yeah, we already saw. I have taken a screenshot. So I know who are in the third and fourth and fifth place.
Okay,
We'll let you know.
Okay, great. Congratulations to all the winners. Okay, and I hand over control back to CA Rwana.
Thank you once again, CA Jonathan, for conducting this session. It was really fun. So with this, we come to an end to our session for today. Thank you once again, everyone, for being so patient with us today and being throughout the session. We will definitely be coming in with many more such events in future. Do be a part of the WhatsApp Earth Warriors group, the link of which CA Atul will share with us. CA Ajay will share with us very soon. So goodbye and take care, all of you, till then. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.